Another mid-match, another team moving to a qualification spot. The chance to qualify the other is gonna have to escape elimination. Who will they be? Find out. We're underway here as we start Turtle.
I'm really curious to see what we get out of Team Secret. There's a lot of opponents here, and you said that Spacestation can bring out a good performance and a high-level performance out of several different teams, and I do believe Team Secret would be one of those teams that can play up to their competition, and already good speed out of Team Secret, which is not what we got from the club. They were very slow, very boost-starved throughout most of their series, and that will definitely play into effect here with Team Secret up against Spacestation.
Spacestation have the mechanical advantage in this matchup. For Secret, means likely playing aggressive is your best option. You're not going to have as much success catching the ball, dribbling it out, really getting in front, unless you got KV1 behind that ball. He's had a couple of nice plays yesterday, and if they can unlock KV1's potential, then Secret certainly have a chance. But
oh my, Arsenal.
That one in, KV1 couldn't get away from it. Daniel swats it.
Arsenal on the stang, gets the flip reset, and then stuffs KV1 right in front of the box. That's gotta hurt. And what a opening goal to get us started.
And the vibes are good for Spacestation to start. And we have a pause real quick to figure out what's going on. And as soon as we do.
It was such a nice goal, such a good 1v1 play that they're like, hold on, we need to watch this
that
play
was too good.
7 more times.
There's no way that was real.
Change your car, swap it up, go back to the Octane. This is too much to handle.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle Arsenal on the Mach-E, but that's a good start. That's the way to do it here against Team Secret, already giving them some space. And it was a short pause, so I'm not sure what happened. Maybe the controller got unplugged. Maybe somebody's
unplugged his Ethernet cable.
Yeah, he's like, okay,
well, we're on.
Let's just
still
take
need an
it
Ethernet
out.
cable for LAN.
Take it out.
So you can still.
That's true.
You can still pull it, but it'll be very obvious. We have cameras on you. Don't pull the Ethernet cable out.
Be careful.
Computer. I don't even think they have access to their computer. Like I've sat in those seats.
Really?
Just the keyboard, the monitor.
Listen, Jorby, you act like you're a player out here, okay?
No,
you know how it goes down there?
I just have eyes.
Okay, he's got eyes. He's got eyes. He was able to see, to visualize, to understand what Arsenal just did, the damage he was able to make against Team Secret, and now, will they be able to respond, or does this tear continue for Spacestation?
KV1 falling on the ball. Daniel tracking Sad's movement, but Sad gets underneath him, forces LJ to get back quickly. And that didn't look awkward at first for LJ, but then he was forced to go to the opposite side.
I like LJ, man. The way he flows into this team, he doesn't try to do too much. You know, I feel like a lot of players could come onto this team and, you know, put expectations on their own shoulders.
Okay.
Team Secret are surely expecting to get a goal out of this drive.
A couple of nice chances. That second shot, they had to put it high. They had the lower part of the net defended. And another long clear for Secret, excuse me. Went for the boomer initially. Knight, not a lot of boost in the tank as he leaves for it and he gets challenged. KV1 though.
Wow.
Not much for him. Sad's gonna wait instead of going for the challenge against Arsenal. Knight kind of pushed that across, and people have had their eyes on LJ for a long time. Back when he played on Oxygen with Gimmick and Toasty. A lot of people were wondering when he'd take that next step, and then he gets picked up by Spacestation. Everyone was excited about it, and I think he has met that expectation so far.
Yeah, and he's not trying too hard to fit into a role that does not belong on this team. You've already got Daniel. You've already got the very offensively minded Arsenal. And I think that he does a good job of mixing the two together, providing the glue, providing the backup that they needed. And sometimes the flashy plays, because not every single game, not every single series are you going to get a Daniel that's hitting flip reset after flip reset. LJ has been able to answer the call whenever it's ringing, and now they're looking for another one. LJ looking to answer that call, but can't find it because it's saved away, and a good defensive stance here from Team Secret.
Whoa.
And a counterattack.
They caught Arsenal out here. As this one slipped through, Daniel goes for the initial touch. Arsenal goes for the corner boost. Uh-oh.
I don't know if I blame Arsenal in that situation. It looked like Daniel was trying to get a pinch that would send it straight into the corner, but it ended up bouncing back and forth on the sidewall and right back into the midfield.
Either way, it does give Team Secret a goal.
Yeah. Maybe communication issue, not sure.
LJ gets right back on top of it. Secret will need to keep on working. Daniel works his way to the corner. What? Huh?
Don't worry about it, Jorby.
Honestly, they should have just let that one go in. And y'all know how I feel about South American teams. LJ pulls that one across. Arsenal picks up the demo. Sad coming off the ceiling for the 50, but Arsenal saw him the whole way. KV1 booming clear.
Only seen a lot of solo plays from Spacestation Gaming. Not spreading the field too much. Just depends on who can get behind the ball on this transition. Go for that one individual play. Don't want to use each other too much.
Okay.
Maybe that's a cautious approach. LJ, good 50-50s as he pushes forward. No midfield boost is going to spawn, and KV1 attempting to flow off the backboard with some good possession.
Daniel got the next 50. Sad push back. I like some of these approaches from Team Secret. They do get on offense, but right now in some trouble as Arsenal steals the boost out. Got a chip, but they're getting these clears. They're not allowing Spacestation to just build up pressure for free.
Yeah.
They're having to work for their space. LJ just kicks it hard, but not on target.
That was the first transition where they used each other, though. I think more of that is going to be needed against Team Secret. Finding each other through the midfield, quick passes. Solo plays have been effective, but can't get too predictable with it. Daniel, nice pop-up forward, but KV1, of course, has it read a mile away. LJ, maybe he can outpace Knight. He does. Even off the ceiling, a couple of different touches. But Daniel was patient, decided not to bite.
Still a battle in the corner as well. Oh, that goes straight out, and Daniel blocked by Knight on the turn. Daniel tries for the pinch, but he just got weak power on it. That's a good 50 in midfield from Secret. Ooh. They almost caught Daniel, but he gets back in time on the rotation. 10 seconds left.
Another solo play.
Overtime. Daniel on the reset, denied by KV1. Caught by Arsenal, kicked out again by Daniel, and gets another interesting double. It's just like sidewall, like attempted psychos. Like, what are these? I know it's not a psycho, but you know what I mean. The same look.
Maybe Spacestation Gaming think they could just dismantle Team Secret by themselves. I mean, again, Arsenal, it's linear from Spacestation. I don't think they've been forced to play too much defense because of it, but not as much passing or chemistry on the field as I did expect, which will lead to more opportunities out of Team Secret if they can find those challenges. Ooh. And there's the opportunity.
Sad, he leaves this ball, he sees it bounces out in front, and look at Daniel across the wall. It's awkward, he couldn't get across. LJ backflips, and that leaves the opening for Knight. I don't know if LJ gets to the challenge in time. Knight, he had jumped for it. LJ probably gets to that if he doesn't backflip, but it would have been close, and Secret punished them. They take game one, Turtle.
That play speaks to the recovery time for Team Secret to get back on the backboard there and dish it out, because Daniel could have potentially gotten back in time, but the fact that he was able to push it out, LJ then backflipped, everything going right for Team Secret in game number one. And I'm surprised. I don't know what forced Spacestation to be so one-dimensional with their attacks.
Well, I mean, they were trying to like move around the corner. Like Arsenal did try to like weave around the corner a couple times.
It just felt like every time they're moving forward, they're just alone. They're just alone on offense, going for an air dribble, and that's all I saw.
But I mean, Secret's defensive structure was actually pretty good.
Yes.
And so I think that definitely informed Spacestation on how they were moving on offense. But you're absolutely right. You definitely expect more of the physical game when things aren't going like perfectly for Spacestation on offense.
That's true.
But like Secret, great job managing the game on defense, because they didn't have a lot of offense until the end of the game.
Yeah.
And they started winning midfield challenges. KV1 started getting more aggressive. They started winning that boost battle, yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes, the snowball of Rocket League. And Secret have bought themselves some length in this series.
And it's thanks to Sad doing some dirty work with the recovery, winning the challenge, going on the backboard. Can he make the same level of impact in game number two? Spacestation Gaming, they're probably frustrated after game one's result, but they can get back into it. And if you tick off Arsenal, that might be the end of you.
Don't think Secret can rely on an LJ backflip to get them in the back of the net too often. They'll need to find ways to get creative to keep Spacestation on their toes, or wheels, if you will. And they have been really focused on that air dribble game in their transitions. They're still going to it. Daniel, that pop, easy to read for KV1. And even right there, not a lot of threat in the middle of the box for Secret. And that's a good 50. A good pass! KV1 the shot, or the stat, excuse me, this shot was not the power he wanted.
Just needed more pace behind the ball. Setup was flawless. There's the demo we're looking for out of LJ. Another air dribble from Daniel.
Oh.
Over one, nice flip reset. Now can he get the bump? He does find it, and the solo play proves to be effective.
Daniel gets underneath this, hoops the ball over Sad. KV1's like, oh, I didn't expect to have to make a save. And then Knight is like, why is Daniel in my face? He literally 1v3'd the whole team, and he said, somebody score that.
I love flip resets that just scoop the ball like some ice cream, and it was definitely a pretty one.
That was like a double
to watch. I know, I'm not sure how we got that much power, but proves to.
You think Daniel's a vanilla chocolate or strawberry?
Daniel's definitely a mint chocolate chip kind of guy.
Mint chocolate chip?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
His haircut, the vibes, everything screams mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like your standard cookies.
Yeah.
I agree. Knight moving around, but taken out by LJ. It's actually a loose ball. KV1 makes it work. But Daniel, great control, gets over Sad on the attempted 50, and then he wins again against Knight. Daniel coming online on Aquadome.
Arsenal, that one was not an air dribble. Daniel looking for another solo play, doesn't decide to go into the midfield. Spacestation Gaming, this might have been what they expected previously when throwing one individual player forward, but relying on that might not be as consistent as you'd like, so we'll see. That might end up to be not as effective, but off the backboard we go, and Team Secret transition out, fails, and Arsenal picks it up by himself off the corner. Oh man, they have come alive in game two.
Arsenal didn't get any force on his flip reset. Now Sad against Daniel. Gets stuffed. The 50s from Spacestation, not just Daniel, but LJ as well. Gets it across, now he bumps Knight. Knight has to be so annoyed right now. He just cannot get away from Daniel. KV1 gets another clear. And it's looking a little bit like it did in game one, where it looks awkward for Secret at times, but the structure's good enough. And Spacestation are doing a lot more in the physical game to try to pull them off the goal line.
It's the fact that, okay, maybe our solo plays aren't working 100% of the time. What else can we add to it without changing too much of our offensive structure? They're keeping those solo plays, going for air dribbles, but then on top of that, adding the demo, trying to involve themselves more, and also taking the midfield boost. I've been paying attention to that with how effective it was previously in our other series, with Power taking all that midfield boost. Now Spacestation are taking it, and they're just setting up a shot.
Secret are so starved right now. LJ tried to make it work himself. Daniel lobs it. And as he gets deleted, Sad gets the clear, but it wasn't good enough. Arsenal off the post again. They've hit that spot on the left post 3 times, and they just can't get a 2-goal lead. Knight was expecting the ball to go to the side. It went middle. KV1 stuffs them in front. At Spacestation, they didn't just spend time in the half. They have spent time on the goal line more often than Secret have had time in their own third.
And Team Secret might have to start paying that post salary with how much work it's doing on the defense.
How much do you think the post charges?
Man, at least triple of what any of these players are making. They make so many saves, they put in so many hours, but they can't get every save and can't find everything against Arsenal. My goodness, this one is not hitting the top left corner. It's slotted in.
Well, this started back with KV1. He goes for a low double tap and misses contact, but really he needed a time-buying touch. Knight and Sad had already dove in on the play, and going for that double when the net was pretty well covered. Hitting the double from that low, I don't know the percentage on hitting that, but it can't be too high.
Does it even feel like Spacestation? What else have they changed from game one? Is it just the demo?
Yeah,
that's all I feel has
way more
truly shifted.
I also think Daniel has changed it up. Like, he's gone more on the ground and has started weaving around Secret on the ground a little bit more. And then LJ as well on his 50 game. I think all of those things are working a lot better. Now LJ on the split! Not gonna get there.
Finally connecting, Spacestation Gaming. They don't even need to go for big counterattacks where one player's cherry picking and staying forward. They've got 2 goals to their name. Most of them have been off individual plays. You're asking why they leave, just to get a big clear, I guess. And Sad is going to take advantage of their positioning, and also looking to get a bump on LJ is Knight. I don't think he found it because the save still came out.
Another roller. Knight seeing LJ and
Sad. What? Hello?
I'm assuming we're going to see a pause here.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out what exactly is going on, but everyone on Secret stopped driving.
Yeah, it definitely looked like some type of technical issue or potentially a problem here on the stage, but we're going to get that sorted, get it figured out real fast. And Team Secret might have a little bit of some extra time to figure out what's been going wrong and how to I'd say, get in the face of those solo plays that they were matching well, but now they're getting taken off the pitch, which might not be as easy to get back into rotation.
I like that they want to be aggressive, but I'm going to sound like a Chiefs when I say it all starts with the boost game. You got to win your corner boosts. And Secret they're not winning the pads.
Yeah.
They're just losing everything. So that's why we're seeing them getting just stuff in the corner. And when the 50 game is so strong, Spacestation know that they have the advantage. So they'll just sit in front of the ball. Their flip timing is perfect. Their 50s are always winning those 50s. And then Secret will get one clear, but then they don't have any boost. So they can't actually transition. And Spacestation just keep on going. And they're happy to play that game as long as they have the lead.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me on the pitch, is Spacestation have that confidence in their car language, the way they're positioning on the field, the plays that they're actually trying to develop. It's not throwing everybody forward, which tells you and tells me that they have the confidence that all they need to be efficient on offense is 1-2 players max. One player who doesn't get the solo play, he's going to go for a demo, then there's the follow-up shot. It's that simple, which means since the third player doesn't have to push in and be as aggressive, he can hang back and receive the clear that comes out from Team Secret, and that's why we're seeing Spacestation constantly in the half of Team Secret running laps around them and around their boost pad.
That's the danger with Spacestation is, they are able to switch to so many different modes. And part of that 100% focus you need is recognizing when Spacestation have switched modes.
Yes.
Because you got to be able to adapt alongside them. They're reading what you're doing every second of the game. And part of what makes Spacestation so difficult to beat, what makes every top team so difficult to beat, is their ability to mix up their style in the middle of the game. And Secret, they're certainly feeling the pain right now. And it doesn't help when Daniel, when he feels like he just takes matters into his own hands. I do feel like Game 2 is owned by him. I mean, he 1v3'd for the first goal, and then he absolutely created the space for the second goal. Daniel is, they called him the Wonder Kid last year.
That's what Mint Chocolate Chip does.
He just somehow, every time he gets on land, he turns into Laniel. It's crazy. But it's been close. It's been overall close, despite Secret getting pushed back into their own half. If we looked at like time of possession, I think 85% of the time has been spent in Secret.
If not more, to be honest with you.
Probably more.
It even feels more, like more. And how does Team Secret make Spacestation uncomfortable with this now? They were matching the 50-50 game, I'd say, in Game 1. Then the physicality, the demos come out in Game 2. What is the answer to that playstyle? For me, it's not only being more aware of the demos.
Demo Daniel?
It's hard. I think you try and focus more like on slowing down your 50-50s and trying to just give them a little bit more space. Maybe that is effective.
Yeah, if you know you're at the disadvantage, though, I mean, isn't the physical game what you have to go to?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if, it just standard 3v3, if Secret, maybe they can. They certainly did in Game 1, but they were given a gift or two.
Okay.
And while the last goal was taken away, they almost got it right back on the kickoff.
Yeah.
And we're all saddled up here as we're about to head into game number 3. Not a lot of time here for Secret. Daniel woke up on Aquadome and have tied up the series 1-1.
He woke up indeed. It looked like he was having a nice dream in Game 1. Still played well, but then came out in Game 2 and really laid it down and put everything he had on the pitch, as Spacestation Gaming will take a comfortable lead and win now in the series, all tied up. And as we look at the demos, we didn't have a single demo on the side of Team Secret.
I don't think you're beating this team without at least a couple quality demos.
That might be the answer to what we were asking. Okay, how do you shake up Spacestation Gaming? You have to alleviate this pressure so much because your boost is getting taken. You're losing the 50-50s in there. You're losing the 1v1s too. Spacestation Gaming have you outmatched in so many different categories. You have to throw caution to the wind and try and risk it all.
I do think that there are flashes of good play from Secret when they're not being absolutely suffocated.
Isn't that every team, though? That's what Spacestation do so good. Even if you're a great team, they can suffocate you and make you flat. They can take all of the fizz out of that soda and just make you taste and look horrible.
They can make you taste absolutely disgusting. And, Daniel and Spacestation have been playing disgustingly so far in the tournament. While things didn't go exactly the way they wanted to.
But we're still all tied up. We're still all tied up.
We are.
Game 1, Team Secret had that clutch go off the backboard. where they didn't get a bump involved, but they were getting in your face. And they had time, had a little bit more seconds to get into rotation and be aggressive. Immediately out the gates, though, Space Station Gaming are firing shots at your own net. And we'll see how Team Secret decide to implement a change. What strategy are they going to throw at Space Station Gaming? Something's got to let up.
Already, we're back to right where we started, which LJ and Arsenal just crashing the left side. Arsenal stealing the corner boost as well. Look, KV1 Knight and Sad all under or at 35, just trying to manage. And even the paths are getting taken by Space Station as they're coming away. It's literally scorched earth as they rotate out.
This might sound stupid, which is like 90% of what I say, but do you let Space Station Gaming go for these solo plays alone? Do you not even challenge them in the air some of the time?
Well, I mean, you can't challenge them if you don't have boost.
That's very true, but at what point is it a waste to try and meet them in the air every single time? Because if they're consistently winning over that first man and the second man isn't shadowing close enough to find the challenge, that's such a waste of boost that they could be using to try and transition. Or maybe even get a demo.
Sad forcing LJ to come for it, and Arsenal actually going to help him out. But I think that works out for Secret. If LJ gets control of that, maybe it's a little more threatening. Knight went for the dunk. LJ finds his way to Daniel. Daniel, high ball.
Somebody's up. Okay,
Knight
he gets
got
beat.
him, and KV1, big clear.
Yeah. In that situation, it did work out. The first man got dusted. KV1 had a booming clear, and they have found a transition out of it. Knight up early, Daniel over one, and LJ, nice positioning, back for the solo one, and finds Arsenal out of the midfield, who's looking for some fancy triple taps, even off the ceiling. But Space Station Gaming have thrown a couple of shots and not gotten any answers.
KV1 chippy against Arsenal. Knight, did he just find the gap? Nope, he can't win the corner boost either. Arsenal protects it. KV1.
Big bump.
Wasn't the best though for Secret. The Secret. Knight looks for KV1, rips it over to LJ.
Oh, what a clear.
Rips it right back.
That was a massive clear. I thought Daniel would be cherry picking, and Daniel is actually looking for some demos himself. As KV1's the one who gets physical. Finally, they have changed that stat line, and we won't be seeing 0 demos for them. They've actually got 2 demos and 0 demos for Space Station Gaming. Feels like game 1, is it not?
It does feel a little like
weird.
game 1.
We haven't seen that follow-up now if Space Station Gaming have gone up for this air dribble that we see again and again.
Space Station somehow generated 6 shots already. And that's the 7th off the post, and it bounces out. Oh, there's been so many times. They love that left post.
Yeah.
They really do. That cleared out again by Secret. The Space Station trying to mount more pressure, but Secret have got the clear. Now it's about hanging on. And they grab the midfield boost, but they just give LJ midfield for free, but he couldn't grab a hold of it against Knight. Knight high against the backboard. Up is KV1. Sad next up. Light shot. And KV1 tried to help out, but Sad's got possession. He's got the pass. Knight the shot, but it's wide off the post. Where else could he go? There were 3 Space Station cars in his way. KV1, one more. Across. There he is. Saved by Daniel.
Lovely attempt from KV1. Getting flashy. Team Secret putting on display what they are capable of, especially when they have boost. Who do jump for that ball, but got Sad early on getting in front. And there's space given from Daniel, who now decides to challenge, but might be too late because Sad can bump you out the way, and KV1 goes for the shot. Arsenal had it red, and down the other way we go.
A lot of good ideas from Team Secret, but LJ deletes them. Arsenal denied by Sad, and he gets wrecked by his own post. LJ sends it across. Arsenal still calls it chaos. Knight and KV1 bump into each other. LJ gets another 50, but can he get the corner out? Arsenal calls him off. Knight pops it out. That's just for Daniel. Off the bar. He had the opening, but he couldn't deliver.
Give that crossbar and left post a bonus at this point. You're paying them salary. Now they deserve a bonus. So much work, so many shots.
Oh, he called him out!
Not going for him, and KV1 called him out. Knew it was wide open, beat the man in the midfield, and got a goal because of it.
Oh, I thought this was going to be disastrous because it kicked off of the car, but KV1, he didn't actually bump into the player. I was looking at wide cam, and I thought he ran into Knight on the play, but he didn't. He landed, went straight for the ball, caught Space Station out on the rotation. Team Secret, they might lose every kickoff, but as long as they can hang on to the ball right here with KV1, Daniel not going to let it happen. The pass to Arsenal. He plays it wide across the double. KV1 jumped early, and he got bit. KV1 jumped and Arsenal put him in the ground.
And it's all because of Arsenal, that player here, deciding to go and hit that ball to the left side. Such a smart placement. There's always a player who wants to shove everything, every touch, towards the net, but Arsenal, he uses the left side of the goal, the left side of the backboard, and then gets the follow-up to pass into the midfield, knowing that he can do it by himself, get a couple of touches, and then find a setup. That's how you get work done. Space Station Gaming, quick to tie it up in 15 seconds to go.
They don't delete Arsenal there. He just might put in another double. Here's Daniel, not enough to keep going. LJ pops it wide. Sad bumps him out of the way, but Daniel bails him out. KV1, last man back. Daniel leaves it for Arsenal. Pops too high. Space Station Gaming, one more bounce on the ramp. LJ up in front, back over to Arsenal. Arsenal 2 touches out, but KV1 puts it on the ground. We go to OT.
Space Station Gaming throwing a little bit of extra seasoning with those passes, flowing into the midfield.
Oh, they win the kickoff.
What worked for Arsenal that got the first goal, and we do see a team secret kickoff win, which is unusual. Flip reset 2 from Sad, a good touch out. And Knight's not able to take control of the game.
Secret, I think they can smell the opening. KV1 punched it beyond midfield. Arsenal had to let the ball go. LJ last back stat, chipped it off of him. Arsenal chips it by Knight and right into LJ. Now the transition begins. Arsenal denied by KV1, deletes Arsenal as well, gets it over Daniel, gets a favorable bounce. Arsenal on the spot, he's not gonna get there! Secret are one away!
He must have had ball cam on. He didn't see the striker crashing the net. Arsenal just spawned. He's got to jump. There's barely any boost, only 32 his name. He's too slow, and the shot will crash against the net. Team Secret take the advantage in the series.
Completely different Secret squad as soon as they scored that first goal. They had control, they had the boost, and look what happened when they actually got the boost. They got the demos, they pulled Space Station off of their game, and where I thought their weakness was, where another weakness was the kickoff. Space Station, up until that overtime kickoff, they had won every single one of them. So Secret, I thought going to OT was the worst thing that could happen for them, but it didn't matter. KV1 won the kickoff. He created that early pressure, and that just set the whole rhythm for that minute. And now they're one away here. Turtle Space Station have to force Game 5 against Team Secret.
Setting the tone so important against Space Station Gaming, who only got 1 demo in that game alone compared to the 4 demos from Team Secret, who were applying pressure. And I also thought the challenge game was a lot smarter from Team Secret. They weren't immediately going up into the air, even if Space Station Gaming, as much as I've talked about their solo plays, when they go for that classic air dribble, Team Secret would wait a little bit on the ground. I saw it multiple times, especially when LJ was behind the ball. They'd wait a little bit, let LJ lose some momentum in the air because he was feathering boost. He'd drop down slightly, and then they decide to go for the challenge. And that alone would probably waste a couple more seconds instead of rushing to the ball. That probably allowed more boost grabs to more potential off the pads, and overall a better game. And we'll see if that happens again. Team Secret, 1 game away, and now they've got the lead in Game 4.
He's gotten both in-game MVPs for their wins, and he delivers the first strike for Secret. Sad.
That's a better kickoff.
Daniel to the ball.
I think that's a better kickoff, Jorby. No more losing the kickoffs. That was beautiful.
Sir.
Corner bounce right in front of the net. You got an angle, and you hit it.
KV1 not able to get that win. Daniel gets the demo to open up space for Arsenal. Knight puts it down. Daniel puts it. Oh, Sad puts it away. LJ kicks wide. 1 fake, but he bumps into his teammate. Knight on top of the 50. LJ steals the boost, and now everybody's on 0 on Team Secret. Space Station have to score on this play. Daniel's gonna go for the double, and it's wide. Still nobody has boost on Team Secret. Sad just jumps. What else can he do? He gets back to the save, and he can't do anything right now. LJ gives Knight some boost. He says, thanks, I couldn't find any pads, but he spawns at the wrong spot, and Sad puts it away. How are Secret keeping the ball out of their net? They finally get a little bit of boost and a little bit of breathing room.
Tight positioning from Space Station Gaming as well in the half of Team Secret. They were right behind each other, waiting for an opportunity, and here's one created from LJ. This wasn't given by Team Secret. He put in the work, dribbling around him, making him bite, and then Arsenal bumps Sad out the way. What a retaliation from Space Station.
Arsenal turns bulldoze mode on, and he's like looking around. He's like, wait, nobody's in net. And he's like, I gotta find someone. He turns around, he's like, oh, there you are, Sad. Let me get you out of the way.
It's like they get reminded that they can demo, because that was not at all the game plan or the routine that they wanted to fall into in the previous game.
Oh.
It's what won them.
Oh.
They won it, and
Oh,
it saved Team Secret. Just saved their own shot on the goal line.
Oh.
And that's given Spacestation some legs to rotate back in.
Arsenal, he popped it up. A little awkward for Daniel. He gets kicked back to his own wall. KV1, that's a good catch. He's got the reset. No dunk, though. Daniel puts it on the ground. Sad, quick around to the ball, and a pass to nobody. But actually, no. KV1 is there! Team Secret take the lead!
Rotating back in through your own net. Sad gets the pass, recovers on the ground. Arsenal is stagnant in net, and he gets smacked out of the way. 2-1. Team Secret are on fire.
Game 4 might turn into a shootout if this keeps going the way. Spacestation, you know when they're down, the demos start coming a little bit more. They start looking, but Knight, he's hunting. It's in front of the box. Sad drills it to the side. LJ pops it across. LJ looking for Arsenal. Sad almost goes in, and Knight doesn't get dunked.
How did they save that? It was such a bad 50-50 and an unfortunate one for Team Secret, but just in time did they get that touch. Daniel, we know what he's capable of. We know the solo plays can come out, but Knight is very aware of it and is hovering on the backboard.
How about Knight on the defensive end? He's had a lot of tight windows to make saves, to not get dunked, and he's just been in the right spot. Sad winning 50s as well. Everything is churning the right way for Team Secret, but they gotta keep it going. You let your focus off for 1 second, and that's the moment Spacestation will punish you.
I don't think Spacestation Gaming should keep taking this ball into the air, to be honest with you. I think they go lower, they go for that dribble approach, because everything that's going up is getting immediately denied or thrown at whoever is that air dribbler. And then they get past one player, but there's one other defender waiting on the backboard who has an even easier clear.
Smart from Sad to come in on the challenge instead of waiting as well. Bought KV1 and Knight time as soon as he realized no one from Spacestation was going to get there in time. Arsenal gets across. Daniel comes off the ceiling, and he doesn't get the catch he wants there. Knight going to come in, but maybe LJ finds his way.
There we go.
KV1 scoops the ball away from him, and he's got a little space. Arsenal, he shortened that up real quick. Daniel gets a quick win. Arsenal denied by Sad, and Knight gets the big clear.
Perfect rotation from Knight. Right time, right place. LJ, flip reset opportunity over one, but immediately met by KV1. And the rotations from Team Secret have to be perfect. One double commit could ruin this defense, and the ground hit from KV1 all the way across the field slides in.
KV1 loads up the ballista and hits the heart of Spacestation through the gut.
He just looked like he was bowling. This man just hit a strike on the goal line.
That's a turkey. Ew.
2-goal lead.
They're really up by 2 right now.
Two-goal lead.
They looked lifeless in the first game, and then they ended up winning it. And then they looked lifeless in game 2. Spacestation tie it. And Secret looked like a completely different squad. But KV1 got the carry. Can they get a fourth? Here he comes! Saved by Daniel!
Spacestation Gaming, they're not lifeless though. They've just had to deal with some very, very difficult shots. Throwing things forward, flicking it now into the midfield, looking for one goal that can bring them within one. They've got a mountain to climb. The obstacle has been placed by Team Secret. Can Spacestation overcome it?
Spacestation taking this ball back. Knight wants the bump. He doesn't find LJ. Team Secret, they see the light at the end of the tunnel, but they can't get blinded. They have to stay focused. Sad coming across. Spacestation, they need to punch this Team Secret squad off the ball. They gotta play their game. They're getting beat in the physical game right now against Team Secret. And with only 30 seconds left, Turtle, it's looking dire for Spacestation.
Perfect positioning on defense. One player in front of the box, getting a challenge, going for a challenge at least, baiting out the first flick, then 2 players in net to rotate through and have some follow-ups. But you can't let up. This is where everything matters most and where Spacestation might be the most threatening, but it's denied early from Sad. 11 seconds remaining.
There it is.
They're still on offense. They're wasting time, and Team Secret might just do it.
They throw the clock into the furnace. They burned all the time off the clock.
That's it.
Team Secret upsets Spacestation Gaming, moving to 2-1 in Swiss.
One more series, and Team Secret can qualify for the playoffs.